Welcome to Tuesdays with Suzanne. And today we are going to be working with two different pieces that have come across my screen recently. And one of them is the fact that what we do and what I'm doing on Tuesday mornings with all of you is creating something that each one of us can use as a practice, as an enduring practice, meaning it's something we can use over and over and over again, day in and day out. In fact, in order to have it work consistently and to show up when you're really, really, really stressed out and in a tight space, you must use it consistently. It must be an enduring practice in order for it to show up. Now, one of the interesting pieces about that is that here we are practicing together on Tuesday mornings. And as you know, we started this in January. It's now September, and almost September. And one of the things that I see is that we have 1,000 different ways to create this inner oasis for ourselves and for the people in our lives. And we do need to create the oasis before we radiate to the people in our lives, or we will burn out, And when you are practicing something in an enduring way, day in and day out, consistently, it comes and helps you on many different levels. So for instance, one of the ways that it helps is if you're really grounded, you can feel when your energy tank is getting a little low and when you need to cut something short or say no to it, or you need to take 5 minutes and refill, or drop a limiting belief that you have to get it done right now and you're the only one that can do it. So there are many different ways that being really present and grounded helps us stay solid, helps us stay really present in our world, and helps us to have answers for ourselves, and then we can facilitate other people finding their own answers elsewhere. Okay? So enduring practices. These are very, very important. And I'll tell you a little story when we get to the end of the session today about someone wanting a session that had no enduring practices. So it was a kind of an interesting piece for me to navigate that. So let's then talk about what happens when you have a circumstance happen where you are, something very major occurs that really shakes you to your core, and you are struggling with something or you can't make up your mind, but emotions really start to push and come forward. And when that occurs, excuse me, when that occurs, then you have to have an antidote. Now, if you have this practice that we do as an enduring practice, the antidote comes quickly, relatively quickly, and it can work very, very effectively. Okay? So when emotions are rising, when things are turmoil is churning inside of you about something, this particular antidote is one of the ones that I recommend most. And as we do our ground and fill today, I will take you through very gently a practice of finding something that you feel turbulent about and then dropping back into this particular inner sanctum of who you are, which helps us to calm and clear and get steady in whatever it is that's happening around us. Okay, so let's go to getting your feet on the floor, soles of your feet on the floor. Good. Feel your backbone against the chair. Good. And then allow your eyes to close and let your awareness travel internally down into your chest, your belly, your sitting bones, all the way down into your legs, your feet, and let your awareness take you straight on down into the earth, this safe, unconditional resource that's with us all the time. Yeah. Recognizing that is step one. We have this resource, it's with us always, and we can tune into it and amplify it and tune it up for our benefit and for the benefit of the whole planet. People who are walking around grounded and clear and solid are going to make wise decisions for themselves and for everyone else around them. So, yes, feeling your ground, feeling the earth beneath you, making a connection through your roots, light beams, rivers of awareness, whatever metaphor works for you. Good. And as you make that connection, if there's any excess tension in your system, just take a nice, easy breath and exhale it. Let it go. Good. Good. Yes. And as we are here together, let this energy from the earth, this sense of nourishing sensation, because the earth hums at a wide band of hertz, so you can soak up, everyone can soak up something slightly different. All of us can feel nourished, and each person will feel something slightly different, see something slightly different, sense something slightly different that's nourishing. Okay? So with that thought in mind, allow your awareness to drop into your feet now, all the way into your feet. Good. Feeling the sensation of your feet on the floor. Good. The connection to the earth beneath you. Good. And then asking your feet, your ankles, your calves and your shins, what would feel most nourishing and nurturing this morning? If it's a color, bring in the sensation of that color, see it, feel it. If it's the sensation of warmth or coolness, great. But ask your feet and legs, all the way up into your knees, to your thighs, and then take an easy, easy breath. Open the gateway to the earth and let yourself soak up only what would nourish and nurture, only what would feel nourishing and nurturing to your feet and your legs. That's the filter on the bottoms of your feet. That only what will nourish you will come in. And then take easy, simple breath. Good, good. And on your next breath, I'm going to ask you to notice what's happening in your sitting bones, in your belly, your pelvis, your sacrum, the whole pelvic bowl, your belly, low back. And ask this area, what would nourish you most? And then take that breath and let this river, this flow of nourishing sensation continue from your legs right on up into your belly, your low back, and all of the bones of your pelvis. Good, good. Yeah. And then moving right along, ask the area of your midsection, your chest, your heart, and your lungs to open and to receive whatever would nourish this area most, including your ribs, your spine behind your heart, all the way up into your shoulders. Next breath, filling and nourishing this area. Good, good. And then on breath, number 4, allowing this flow of nourishing sensation. It's coming in through your feet and legs, your lower belly, to your upper chest and belly. Travel right down and out your arms into your hands and fingers. You may want to just stretch your hands and fingers out a little bit, wiggle them, stretch them back, let your hands come back. Good. Yeah. So this next breath, filling your hands, arms into your shoulders. Good, good. And then allowing that fifth breath to move right on up into your throat, your cervical spine, your face, your jaw, your eyes, your ears, nose, mouth, all of your sensory organs, all the way back into your brain, into all the fluids, membranes, neurons, glial cells, everything, bones. Let it all fill and be nourished on this fifth breath. Good, good. Yes. And when you're ready, when your cranium feels full, you can let it emerge right out the crown of your head. You can even reach up and grab the hair on top of your scalp here, right at the top of your head. Lift up, open the door so that it all moves right on out the crown and showers down around you, bathing your skin and the energy field that runs through it and around it. Yeah. Good. Good. Yeah. And take a moment now, one more breath. Fill any nooks and crannies that didn't quite get filled, that are ready to be filled in your inner landscape. Good. Good. Yes. And now bring to mind something that is making you think twice, that you may be struggling with just a little bit in your life. Not your tsunami, please, but something that makes you feel a little churny inside, maybe a little anxious. Yeah. And notice how that feels in your system. Notice how that feels. Yeah. Notice there is kind of a churn to it. Often there's a tightening or a painful place, or things start to feel murky. Whatever you're noticing, you're simply noticing sensations. Yeah. And then take a moment, let that go, and drop back into your spine. Really feel your spine on the chair. Feel your spine on the chair. You can wiggle it just a little bit, but feel the sensation of your spine from your sacrum all the way up to whatever's supporting you, wherever it stops. Feeling the totality of your spine and entering your bones with your awareness. Good. It's as though you're entering your innermost chambers, deep into your bone marrow. Yeah. And as you enter your inner temple, your inner sanctum, notice how things go quiet. Because our bones are like trees. They're living tissue, solid, steady, the most solid form of connective tissue in the body, in a healthy body, is in your bones. So it's as though you're stepping into your tree-ness. And what better bones to do that in but your spine? Feeling the strength of your spine, solidity of your spine. Even if you have an issue in your spine, allow yourself to feel the areas in your spine where things are solid, where things are good. You would not be sitting up watching me right now, listening to me right now, if you didn't have some solidness there. Yeah. And it is the metaphoric temple or inner sanctum of your spine, of your bones, that we're drawing upon here. And the physical manifestation of that metaphor is that as you sit and breathe, you will begin to feel more steady, more solid, and more clear about that circumstance, whatever it is. Good, good. And notice when you think about that circumstance again, how it feels now, having just taken 1 or 2 minutes to drop into your bones. What's the sensation of it? Good. Good. Yeah. Yeah. Notice how different it feels as you're able to sit in your bones. It's important that we practice being deep within before these churny moments get thrown at us or we step into them somehow unknowingly. Yeah. Yeah. It's important to have practices. Yeah. Important to have enduring practices. And under stress, feel free to drop into your bones, to remember to drop into your bones, and to have practiced it enough that you can do it, that you can do it. Good, good. And when you're ready, allow your eyes to open. You can come on back. I really appreciate your being present, showing up, diving into these enduring practices with me. Practice of filling up, spreading out, and sitting in quiet, steady space so that you can receive your own wisdom about how to solve these murky, churning issues in your life. And enjoy.